If I mention the phrase to you, ballistic protection, protection against catching a bullet, what's the first thing that comes to mind? That's right. I hear you.
It's running the hell away, Nothing Fancy. Getting away from the bullets.
Well said. Yes, that is correct. Our first and most effective way to not catch around a bullet is to run away. To not be where there's bullets flying. Thank you very much. It's my number one option. Thank you. Always run away when you can. But I bet a lot of you thought about this. Yeah, this right here. A loaded up GTW ready LBE ballistic system. You might have one of these, maybe two, maybe three of these. I have advocated them the entire time in the Nothing Fancy project for my officers serving, for my law enforcement personnel who watch me, and for my good guys. That's you, my good civilians. For without rule of law, you may need something like this. That's right. You can see I have it labeled. All ARs, that's what the pouches are set up for. It's an AR-15 or similar tactical carbine system. Why do I label it? Well, to keep things straight, stay organized, and also I may be dead. I may not have been able to run away. And so my family might need to know what this is. But this is, I call it GTW. That means it's loaded up with ballistic plates. This particular one is not loaded up with magazines or an assigned pistol yet. I do have some of those ready, and I have shown and talked about them before. If you're wondering, this is a 511 quick release multicam plate. They are fantastic. I will put links to this below, maybe some other stuff. Those are, I think, 511 pouches on the top, and I think those are Wild Custom AR-15 mag pouches. We have that ridiculous name brand, Elite Spanker. That's what my wife calls me, by the way. The Elite Spanker. That's a great brand. Don't laugh at it. It's made in China, but they are legit good, and they are inexpensive. And I just have utility pouches on the back. Now, this is set up for stopping bullets, at least in the realm of the chest area. And let me show you what plate I have in there. They're the Bowtac Battle Steel Level 3 plate. And these are 10 by 12 inch shooter cut. That means they're angled here, so when you come up and you shoot, they're not squishing your shoulder area. 3 pounds 4 ounces. These are legit. I mean, they will stop a .308 round. Now, I don't know if it's going to stop like M80 ball, M193, M855 green tip. I ain't testing them, but level 3's better than what we're going to talk about here. So this is basically a rifle plate. Is this 3+? This might be 3+, and it's polyethylene. We'll talk about the materials. Now, this is all good. I still advocate such a system. Big fan. By the way, it's windy here. Sorry. Show goes on as usual. But I think it has very limited use. You're not going on your daily errands wearing this, right? Now, if you're doing a micro-community patrol, this is exactly what I will talk about that you should be wearing. So the probability of armed conflict, probably a bit higher. You're ready for that as you are enforcing and maintaining your established rule of law. Different subject. But what we're going to talk about is changing the thinking on ballistic protection. And I think that's what we need to do, not just as a TMP audience, but just in general. If you were to mention, hey, I believe I should get a bulletproof vest, most people now, since they're ignorant, they're uneducated, would think you're cuckoo. They would think you're some type of survivalist, when in fact, the cheese has already moved. It's not that way at all. And I may not be talking about a vest, but ballistic protection has been integrated into the public sector for over the last definitely 10 years, probably the last 20 years, a lot in part due to the mass attacks with gunmen, okay? And schools are integrating ballistic protection, public institutions, places of business, vehicles, commercial vehicles, just because we live in such a crazy clown world that you and I can be just going about our daily life, just minding our business, being good citizens, and we can take some rounds. That's where we are right now. Enter this shield, which I'm going to talk about, and we're talking about philosophy because there's a lot of philosophy involved, and I want your guys' thinking maybe to evolve a little bit in these terms. We're going to be talking about a company called American Defense Solutions. They're in Arizona. Their main focus is building ballistic systems for the things I just discussed. Buildings, they have a film which is quite interesting. It is a security film that they can apply to windows and stuff. It's called BP security film. They have D6 ballistic armor door panels for vehicles, chair back armor, backpack inserts that give you ballistic protection for your backpack. I may review that separately. And then this, which I think for us in our approach, our way of thinking, is probably the most useful and interesting daily product, will be the Got Your 6 armor panel. And it's basically a seat back personal armor shield. Welcome to the Nut and Fancy review on this bad boy. Look at this. So this is threat level 3A. This is not rifle protection. This is pistol protection. So it's NIJ threat level 3A rated. And super quick, threat level 3A will stop 9mm, 1245 feet per second, 357, 1450 feet per second, and some other rounds. And yes, I have shot this panel. I'm going to discuss that. Okay, is this a useful system for a civilian? I think yes. It's not cheap. I mean, these are expensive because this is an American-made product. Super quality materials, super quality stitching. Everything on this GY6 shield, that's what I'll call it. It's a personal armor shield, PAS, I guess, is outstanding. So it's not inexpensive. But like I say, we need to change our thinking on ballistic protection when it's needed. I would say, let's just say you're made of money. It's a no-brainer to buy one of these. Okay, if you're made of money, buy it. Have it in your vehicle. It's really designed for police officers. This is what American Defense Solutions, ADS, put this together for. This is actually a cop shield. It's designed to hang on the back of his seat. That's what this is. See this? The headrest pocket. It slips right here, and it just rides unobtrusively until you need to get out of the vehicle, and then you can sling it with this handle right here. Look at the quality on that, by the way. See what I'm talking about? Then you hold it like so, and you've got your weapon. And now look at the ballistic protection I have compared to this, compared to my very capable shield, but this is all I get. Granted, it's rifle protection, but there's a lot of 3A vests out there. This is all they're covering. I've always been an advocate of a ballistic shield like this. And look at this. You can hide, and if you catch a 9mm round here, you have a chance of survival. Look at the coverage this thing has. And it's lightweight, bro. What is it? Dang, my sticker. There it is. 8 pounds, 15 ounces. Now you say, oh, that's not that lightweight. Oh, yes, it is. I have another ballistic shield. I purchased it like 15 years ago. I don't have it at this location. I'll roll in some photos, maybe. It's very capable. It's a composite hard armor. I think it is made of polyethylene as well. And it's very capable. I think it's 3A rated, but that thing is heavy. It's like 25 pounds, has a ballistic window in it. I used it during the Smith & Wesson TRR-8 testing. I was talking about how shoot up against obstacles without a slide reciprocating, something like that. Anyways, go watch that review. I talked about it there. But this is the same concept, except this is much more portable, much more versatile, quicker into action, and lighter weight. Caught it. Rounds are still in there. Awesome. Let's do 9mm right here. That other shield I have, I've carried it around and just tested it. It'll wear you out. It's going to wear you out. It's best suited for static locations. So like if you have an active shooter situation, you place it on the ground and it gives more protection than this. It's wider, but it's really not meant for running around. But look at this, how thin and relatively lightweight this is, this GY6 plate. Really not a plate, it's just armor, soft armor. Now, what's it made out of? I have found that all these ballistic producing businesses are very secretive about their processes. I did not ask ADS exactly how this is constructed. They wouldn't have told me anyhow. That's because they don't want their competitors rolling in and copying it. But I suspect it's made out of a composite, what do they call it? A high molecular weight polyethylene with perhaps maybe some aramid in it. I think Kevlar has fell off by the wayside just because it does not age very well. Kevlar, if you don't know, if it's subjected to UV light, moisture, and just time, it degrades in its capabilities. Polyethylene, dense polyethylene, dense polyethylene like Spectra, Dyneema, very popular for making ballistic components. I think that's what it's made out of. I don't really know. Okay, where the rubber hits the road is when I shot it. I'll share that with you here in a minute. But very thin, very lightweight, this GY6, and it's got MOLLE on the front of it, so you can configure some pouches on there. I would be very careful what you put on there because you want it to be light, fast, and ready to go into action, but you could. And the whole backing right there is Velcro, so you can move around a bunch of other stuff. You put your TMP patches right there if you wanted. And then on the back, it actually has an additional, this is what it's made of. So you're looking directly at the armor, the soft armor. Actually, it's kind of hard right here that this shield is made out of. See it? And this is meant to give you additional protection, to protect against spall, maybe sternum hits. It's going to kind of act like, I hate to say a hard plate, but kind of a cross between soft armor and hard plate. And it is movable. You can put it up and down the shield wherever you need to. And then you have various straps for attaching it to the back of your seat. Attaching it to your body. Have I tried that yet? No, I haven't. Could you do it? Probably not. I mean, you have this high portion right here. I think you're best just to hold it like I modeled before. And then this whole back is covered in Velcro as well. Super high quality, fast into action. You could have this thing on the back of your seat, right? Hanging out, just ready to go. Do you need it? I can't answer that for you. You have to answer your own situation. I will tell you this. Like I said, any one of us at any given time in just normal day-to-day civilian life can catch a bullet, a bunch of bullets. Road rage is at an all-time high in this country. People will just be driving along, pull out a semi-automatic pistol and start shooting. How nice would it be if you had that and you just have it and you just put it on your seat door, or not your seat door, but your car door, catching rounds like that? It would stop them, unless he has something very exotic, which I'll talk about. Yeah, I love this thing. It's fantastic. Again, not inexpensive, but American made, and you guys like supporting American industry, so here's your chance right here. Now, below in the description, I'll give you a link to their web store. If I get a discount code or anything, I don't know if I will. I'll put that there. I'll update information below in the description. While you're there, make sure you subscribe to my B channel, The Nut and Fancy Project, one word, and hit that notification bell on all feeds, and then become a Patreon donor. Thank you very much. The links are below. Thank you. Now, I did shoot this, as did ADS, and I'll roll in the video of ADS shooting it. I think they use submachine guns, semi-automatic pistols, all kinds of different weapons, and they had no penetration for the guns they shot it with. I shot it with 9mm, 10mm, and 5.7. So this, was that? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, this is my 10mm. So the 10mm I shot it with was super high performing Underwood 155 TAC XP. And it chronoed almost to 1,400 feet per second. The rounds are still inside. right here. So if you were here, you could feel them. The 10 millimeter rounds are here. There's no penetration on the back at all. On this side right here, I shot 9 millimeter, a variety of loads. Jacketed hollow point, FMJs, no penetration here. The rounds are still there. Now, I have to tell you this because I'm always honest. I also shot it with 5728, and it's a weird load, and I did get penetration on it. Okay, but first, before I tested the GY6, I shot this. This is a high molecular polyethylene ballistic panel, and I shot this 5728 on this, and it burned right through this son of a gun. And I was like, holy crap. Yeah, it blew the shit out of this thing. That's 5728. And the load I shot it with is a very hard to find load. It's very expensive. It's an interesting load. It's very eclectic. It's called the Vanguard Outfitters 5.728 34 grain Black Dragon Fang. I'm going to do a separate video on this and also the Critical Defense 5.728 because I am pushing for that round to get more acceptance. And I have been calling for manufacturers to do better loads for this, replacing the, I think it was a SS, whatever it was, FN made. They took it off the market because, well, it did what this is doing, going through vests. So I said, well, this is a battle steel plate though, and this is, don't think this is crap. Go, oh, this is crap. No, it's not. It's very good, capable 3A, and then you can see the high density polyethylene construction on this particular soft plate, how it's made. And this too is 3A rated, so 357, 9 millimeter FMJ, 40 Smith. I think most 357 SIG would be stopped by this. But then I shot the Got Your 6 with a 5728 and it went right through. Can't lie, it did. And I had it against a steel plate and I could hear the rounds zip through it and come out the other side. You can see the exit holes right here, maybe. Well, there's one, and it went right through.
Multiple shots, I think, will go
here's the
through.
thing, though. I don't fault this. It's construction. The round is just insane. It's just insane. There, I just sold 20,000 rounds of that stuff. But I'm going to hit the pause button a little bit on this because you guys sometimes just, you got to think, you got to slow your roll a little bit and think things through. So you're probably running around trying to find out where that ammo is and where I can order it. Do you really need a round that goes through a bulletproof vest? Probably not. In fact, you already have one if that's what you really, really want. And it's called a 223, bro. Yeah. Again, we're not reviewing armor protection for rifle fire. That's not what this shield does. It's for pistol fire. But an AR-15, this is a standard AR-15, this 15, it'll zip right through a 3A vest, no problem. And not even a weirdo round, a specialty round. I'm talking just FMJ. It'll burn right through all the soft armor. This is for pistols, normal pistol ammunition, which most people will be using. And I would think most bad guys would actually be using FMJs, not even hollow points. But I tested both hollow points and FMJs, and for standard pistol loads, this works great. The chances of you running into some guy that has this load in his 5.7 by 28 Ruger 5.7 are slim to none. More likely you'd have to worry about rifle fire. Enough of that, but think it through. So this is highly recommended for certain applications. If I'm going to keep it real, I think you guys should probably spend money on ammunition That treadmill I mentioned, losing weight and getting in shape and running away. I think that's a better expenditure of your time and money, if I'm going to be honest. But I cannot fault this product as a whole. The GY6 by ADS is very innovative. I've never seen anything like it. It's lightweight, fast into action, versatile, MOLLE ready, hangs easily, threat level, NIJ threat level 3A. Stopping Underwood 155 grain full power 10 millimeters. So that's something. That's something. There are some other options out there in case you think this is like ultra expensive and a total ripoff. I went to Galls and I looked up a couple. The United level 3 shield is $16,000. 27 pounds, has a viewport, it's rifle rated. Okay, so that's really a different thing. It's rifle protection. But how about the point blank Go shield? $2,900. It does have the advantage of poly rods, nylon rods or poly rods to stiffen it. It turns it into a no kidding ballistic shield. Has a plate pocket, which I think ADS might want to add just an option to insert a plate somewhere on here, you know, in case a dude wanted to do it. And I don't think I missed it on the back. Yeah, so that thing is more expensive than this, and also it's not as versatile as this. This is designed to hang on your vehicle seat back. The other one is like a dedicated shield that will have to, I don't know, be stored somewhere, and then you're gonna have to be lucky enough to have it when things kick off. How about the Paraclete Bellatar shield? $5,600, 24 by 36, threat level 3A, 15 pounds, so it's twice the weight of this one. It's a hybrid composite. And that one is $5,600. So in case you think this is a ripoff, I'm just keeping it real. There you go. Highly recommended. More useful probably than your load bearing equipment because you'll have it ready with you if things kick off. Can you imagine if you're at a shopping center and you're in your vehicle and a mass shooter situation starts happening and you have this and you can block yourself and perhaps some loved ones and perhaps some innocent bystanders with this as you run away to protection, call police, and have them come do their job. Always stay out of the way of law enforcement. Let them do it. Only intervene if and when you are the only option left. Nothing fancy. Thanks so much for joining me in this warehouse review. How long did I go? Oh, I did pretty good for a lot of philosophy involved. And do maintain these. These are very critical in a lot of different POUs. I'm a big advocate of it. Again, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, fight the shadow banning, which I undergo here on YouTube and have for the last 15 years. Thanks so much. LTC Nothing Fancy, signing off.